Just because a stock goes down in price doesn't mean you lose money. You only lose money when you sell it when it's down, because you've locked the price, you've locked that loss in.
I think that's extremely important. More than the money, more than the car, more than anything, I think the most important thing for me is, and this is something that I preach, I don't preach so much as the materialistic things. I think whatever makes you free, whatever makes you happy, that's cool. But I think the most important thing is freedom.
You know what I'm saying? It's more people trying to understand, how can I get in a better situation? What do I have to do to improve? Like, I see people living and I'm tired of struggling. It's way more us than it is the ones who figured it out. So for me, I feel like I always got to be in the trenches. I always got to be with the people trying to figure it out, even if I got to do it one by one.
What happens is, and just let me say this right quick, the reason why people think wealthy people or people with money are sinister is because that's what you kind of taught in the hood. Like, you kind of taught like the people who really have money, like they did some wicked shit to get it. They did some backstabbing, cutthroat shit to get it, and you'll never get that.
You know, if it's buying you a company like McDonald's for $200, just saying, you know, the places that we can go to early and often are places we can start at. And so next thing, it becomes this compound interest, the interest that your interest makes. No other asset vehicle compounds like the stock market.
We don't understand how money works. That's a whole different language in its own. The relationship with money in my community is you make money just enough to pay bills. And so once you get tired of paying bills, you say, you know what? I need to treat myself to something.
So I have a few ways in which I deal with selling the stock, right? So one of the ways is, before I even buy a stock, first I want, put a valuation on it. What I think the company is worth. So before you get doing anything, you gotta put a price tag on it. After you research the business, after you understand what it's worth, because if you don't know what it's worth, you don't know when to sell. You don't know when to buy. So you gotta put that price tag on it. That only comes from doing the fundamental research, right? Understanding the business. That's the goal. To give her freedom, not just money, but give her freedom to say, okay, how many 15-year-olds we know, man, you can't do this because you got to help mama raise the kids, or you got to get this job to help mama pay bills, right? But what if, like, yo, you can go to college and have that experience if you want to go, but if not, you can be an investor. This whole world is a game, right? And there's different levels to the game. And what I mean by this, so every one of us is positioned on this board, right? It's just like a chess game, right? Some have more power than others, right? But the dope part about the chess game is, if you can get the pawn to the other side, you can make it whatever you want. So now what that does is it allows them now, for their competitors to come beat them, you gotta double my price. Now it's gonna cut into your profit, which now gets into low operational costs, the cost that it costs the business to operate.
Move away from your city, even if it's not forever, move away from your city to get out that comfort zone. Like, when you get in that zone where you gotta depend on you, like, you gonna get it. You gonna be scared in the beginning, but you gonna go get it, because you forced. And the second thing is, find something in this world that you're willing to go all in on.
Once it gets to 100% for me, now it's time for me to think about, do I have another business? Because I don't want to just sell. 100%. I don't want to just sell and have the money sitting in my account. I think that's what most people do. Like,
you felt the power of that gun? You felt the freedom of making that money? You didn't turn around. You start feeding your people. Man, we made for this. We built for the game. I don't care what you got going on. Always remember, man, without the streets, there is no Wallstreet Trapper. Remember that.
I have another stock that I'm willing to invest in. That's why we should always be looking for new businesses. That's why I tell people all the time, like, I don't care what's going on. Every day I'm researching new businesses, because the world gonna keep on solving problems. That's what businesses are, man. They solve problems. You know what I'm saying? So the world always is presented with a problem. Somebody's always gonna try to do something better. Only thing I knew was I can work for money, and that's it. If that's the only way I know how to make money, I'm limiting myself, right? So Wall Street is this big old machine that prints money every day, all day. I just gotta know how to operate the machine. If I learn how to operate the machine, I got a job forever, and the job is just to produce freedom for myself. I want to stay in a position, right? Because if it's up 100%, to me, that means it's still performing well. Like, if the fundamentals are increasing, management is doing a great job, that's cool. I don't want to exit that position. You know what I'm saying? And for me, that mean a lot because I know what I injected to the culture in my past. So for me to be able to now say I can change a family with teaching them how to invest, teaching them about financial literacy, teaching them about the things I've learned, and I can bring it to this.
That's one of the things I do. Every investment that we make should be focused on not how much money I can make, but how much time that it buys.
Everything that we, no matter if it's just a stock, like that's powerful. Because if you can start owning the businesses that you now consume every day, you turn a one-time transaction to a lifetime of profit.
Right, well, when the stock market goes on sale, people want to take their money out. That's the perfect time to put money in, right? Because in the streets, you make more money in a drought. And so I keep the same mentality when I'm investing. Right, simple. Go to Yahoo Finance, put the ETF in the search bar. Now you can go slide over to those hyperlinks. You'll see financials, you'll see summary, you'll see performance, and then you'll see holding.